The year is 1934. In a lonely hotel room, a man dies entirely alone. He was a genius who saved billions of human lives from starvation, yet the world remembers him as a monster. Before he became the creator of death, Fritz Haber was just a young man wanting to prove his worth to the world. But the future held a massive trap. At the turn of the 20th century, the world faced an existential starvation crisis. Earth's nitrogen supplies were depleting. Scientists predicted billions would starve within decades. But in 1909, Haber performed a scientific miracle. He discovered a way to extract nitrogen directly from thin air to create fertilizer. He had successfully fed the world. This discovery propelled his name as the greatest scientist of his era. He was hailed as a humanitarian hero who defied nature's destiny. But when World War I broke out in 1914, Haber's nationalism turned into a destructive obsession. He offered his scientific genius to the military. He altered his formulas. The scientific power that was once used to create life was now modified to create the world's first chemical weapon of mass destruction. His wife, Clara, also a chemist, begged him to stop. She called the project a perversion of the purity of science. But Haber refused to listen. To him, science belonged to the motherland. April 22nd, 1915. The day that changed the face of warfare forever. At Ypres, Belgium, Haber unleashed 168 tons of chlorine gas onto the enemy trenches. The air turned into poison. Thousands of soldiers choked to death in agonizing torture within minutes. Haber watched everything with a chilling sense of pride. He had proven his weapon worked. Upon returning to Berlin, Haber was promoted to military captain. He was celebrated with a lavish party. He felt at the peak of his power, viewing the deaths as mere collateral for victory. But that very same night, in their garden, Haber's wife could no longer bear the shame. Clara took her husband's pistol and shot herself in the chest. She committed suicide to protest her husband's atrocities. Haber's reaction? Utterly terrifying. The very next morning, leaving his wife's body behind, he packed his bags and left for the next battlefront to launch another gas attack. His ego had destroyed his humanity. When the war ended and Germany lost, a strange twist of fate occurred. In 1918, Haber was awarded the Nobel Prize in chemistry for saving the world from starvation. The world was conflicted. Was he a savior or a murderer? But history has a cruel way of delivering karma. In 1933, the Nazi regime under Adolf Hitler seized power. Even though Haber had converted and served Germany loyally, there was one fact the Nazis couldn't overlook. Haber was a Jew. He was stripped of all his positions and expelled from the fatherland he had saved. The country he defended with chemical weapons now betrayed him without a single drop of mercy. Yet the darkest and most horrifying irony in the history of science was just beginning. Before his exile, Haber's lab had created a cyanide-based pesticide. The Nazis took that creation and altered it into a deadly poison named Zyklon B. This very Zyklon B gas was used by the Nazis in the gas chambers of concentration camps to murder millions of Jews, including Fritz Haber's own relatives and extended family. The weapon of his creation returned to slaughter his own flesh and blood. Fritz Haber died in exile in Switzerland at the age of 65, broken by his own creations. He was a genius who wanted to be a hero, but ended up as history's greatest warning about the danger of human ego. The ultimate lesson from Haber's life: intelligence without morality is the coolest form of destruction. As you pursue success, ensure your ego does not destroy your humanity, because in the end, what we sow to harm others will inevitably return to destroy ourselves.